Hello and welcome back all the Squid Game crazy fan base over here. And in this video, we are going to be understanding that what is the resemblance between Squid Games and building an AI agent. So I was just watching, as we all are aware of, Squid Game just launched its final season for Korea last week, and I have just watched it, and it made me realize that when we are building agents, it is just exactly same like Squid Games, and by end of the each stage and by towards the final stage only the fittest and the finest agent survives, because there are multiple agents. As of now, you are aware there are multiple agents available for multiple tasks, but not all agents are capable of providing you your desired result. So in this particular video, we are going to be understanding that what are the mistakes and what is the resemblance between the Squid Game seasons, and what is the mistakes which we should be avoiding when we are building our agent, so that our agent survive towards the fittest and we become like that the newborn baby which has just survived and won. I don't remember how many won, but it had won this many million wongs. And say in the same way, how we can build such agent without taking much of your time. I welcome back. My name is Shruti Singh, and let's just get back and understand that what are the mistakes which we usually do and we should be avoiding in building our agent. So building an agent is just like simply just like building, like playing Squid Games. So each and every step you have to predefine yourself. Okay, so when you are building an agent, you have to when you have first, it begins with an idea, right? We have an idea of building an agent, we have, or maybe a problem to build an agent. But as soon as you get the problem, as an expert, it comes into your mind, and even before you are technically creating the workflow, it is there in your mind, it is mapped in your mind that how my workflow is gonna look. So step 1 is gonna be doing this, step 2, step 3, step 4. So you know you how to stack in your mind. Even before you are building it in your mind, you are clear with, when you are getting the problem, you are clear that this is how I'm gonna be stacking my whole workflow. And by testing and iterating, obviously you make it better once you have got your workflow technically ready. But then again, you have to have everything in your mind first before building it on your canvas. Okay, so whosoever have had my one-to-one sessions, I always repeat them again and again, that it is very much important to have your workflow mapped in your mind, because until unless you are not clear over here, you won't be able to actually describe or create the whole workflow on the canvas. No matter even the biggest or the widest or maybe a no code platform you are using, whichever, irrespective of whatever platform or whatever modes or whatever tools you are using. But until and unless you are not clear in your brain that how my workflow is going to be looking like, you won't be able to create a workflow, and you, most importantly, you won't be able to get your desired results. Okay, so again, only the smartest agents will survive this game, and that is what we are going to be understanding. So why do most of the AI agents fail? Well, most of the AI agents fail. So for example, you might have seen multiple image graphic generator tools and an agent maybe, but not all agents are capable of giving the accuracy which you are requiring, right? The accuracy, the desired result is very much important when you are creating an agent. Even if you are creating it for yourself or for providing it to your clients, or maybe you are building it for, for providing as a service, doesn't matter. But until and unless you are not delivering what the requirement is, that is the first step of the failure of your agent. So high failure rate, many agents never make it to deployment. So why they don't make to deployment is because they are, the maker of the agent themselves are not very confident enough about their agent when they have built it. Is because they already know that what kind of result my agent is giving. So how would I take it in the market, and how would I ask my client to use it and provide me the monthly subscription or whatever pricing plan you are taking. Okay, so stage by stage elimination, each challenge reveals a weakness. Okay, so until unless you have not done multiple testing, multiple training has been done, your agent will not be capable of providing the result which we actually thought of. So again, the result you have in your mind, your agent should be able to give that result. Again, you are the connector of this agent, you are the builder of this agent, so you should be having that much of clarity, that much of, that much of maybe training you have given to your agent, and then only they'll be able to actually design the agent and provide you the desired results. Intelligence is key. Only well designed agents survive. So I have seen multiple workflows, and I see a lot of there are multiple steps are being involved, which is just needless. I don't find the reason of involving those steps. Again, people are just making simple workflows complex. Like, if the workflow can be designed in 3 steps, then why to involve 5 steps? Again, you understand my point. Here you have to use your intelligence to actually simplify the backend. The more the complex the backend gets, the more high possibility it gets of the failure rate. So again, these are the few things which we need to take care of so that our agents don't fail. So number one game, which is red light green light. So how is this resonating with our AI agent industry? The challenge I is of idea clarity. So again, you if you're not clear with the idea, if you're not clear with the workflow, what for example, if you are creating a graphic generator agent which is capable of generating graphics, now you have to be very clear what kind of graphics are. Also, again, there are hundred and thousands kinds of graphics available in the market. What specifically you want to create? What is there a specific output you want your agent to build, to have from your agent? Then you have to train your agent on that. So for example, there could be an graphic generator agent for generating meta ads, or maybe if you go more micro niche, you can train your agent to generate graphics only and only for Facebook. Okay, so again, you have to give it training that what kind of maybe your winning ad set you have to provide as a knowledge base to your agent, and then it will be able to provide you the graphic which is feasible for running ad for Facebook. But again, if you are running ads on Google for say, this particular agent won't be able to give you, any agent will give you the output because it is trained for generating graphics, but the graphic it will generate will provide more ROI on Facebook rather than providing ROI on Google ads. And the only thing which we are missing over here is that we haven't trained our agent for Google ads, what kind of winning ads are there in Google ads, but we have trained it for Facebook ads. That is why it is providing a better ROI on Facebook ads. So again, this is all about clarity. When you have, then only you will be able to provide it to your agent, else you won't be able to do that for your agent. So moving too fast, just when you are building your agent, you become you are moving too fast, you don't have clarity, you lose a clear objective, you do not define a scope, and you avoid premature optimization. These are the things, these are the red flags which you should not be ignoring and taking full care of it, and then only move again. So, in a real life example, a coach wants an AI agent to book calls, but without clarity, it just ends up replying, "How can I help?" and doesn't convert anyone. So, what this means is that we have built an agent for generating our meetings, for booking our meetings. But if you haven't trained enough your agent that what time I'm available and what are the qualifying questions you should be asking. So, when you have designed a tool, when an agent which is capable of booking calendars, for example, you are a pediatrician and you have trained your agent for firstly qualifying the patients and then only book the calendar. But if you haven't trained enough, it will book the calendar just like that, because the patient will come up and it will book the calendar just like that, and your calendars will be booked and you will be in the losses, because that particular time slot could be have given to desired well required patient. But because you did not train your AI agent well, it was not capable of qualifying the patient first and then book the calendar. So again, booking the calendar was not the challenge, but qualified person is booking the calendar. That is what is lagging in here, and that you can only do by training and proper knowledge base to your agent, and then only it will be booking the calendar with the right audience. Then the game number two, which is Honeycomb Maze, and the how this resembles with our real life AI agents is that the precision of workflow design. So as you remember the first season of Squid Game, where they had to do this, they had to actually cut out a specific figure from this particular honeycomb. So it was very much difficult to actually put it out from with a single needle, you remember now. But how does this resembles in AI agent is that when the backend is very much complex, they will actually increase the higher ratio of failure. Okay, so the more you keep the backend clean and only the required steps are involved in your whole AI agent building, then it shall be providing better results as compared to some workflow which is complex. So when I was just beginning, I was very much excited to see complex workflows, but with time and again and practicing, it made me realize that complex workflows just look good when you have taken a screenshot on an overall screenshot of your workflow. But when you try and run and test, do everything, you get to know simpler workflows where provide better results as compared to complex workflows, is because the more steps you involve in your agent, again the more of confusion and the quality will degrade. So again, keep it very simple, clean, doesn't matter, because what we are trying to get over here is the desired exact results, and that is what is very very much important when you are creating an AI agent. So the real life case over here is a virtual assistant bot to schedule calls fails because it checks calendar after asking for slots. Reverse logic causes confusion and drop offs. So what is this about is, if you have trained an AI agent to be your virtual agent, again virtual agent is nothing but somewhere like your personal assistant, which is always available in there when you are not there. So something like people looking up for booking your slot, or maybe checking up with you where that what kind of courses or programs you are offering. So small things like this can be handled by a virtual assistant agent. But if you haven't trained it enough, if you haven't provide the proper knowledge base to your agent, it will just keep on answering question, it will just keep on making stories after stories, and you will be all into the blues that why my agent is not performing well, is because you again you haven't trained, you haven't given the clarity to your agent. Well, agents are nothing but just intelligence in the workflow, and whenever you involve intelligence in your workflow, it will perform a task. There is no doubt it will not perform a task. I can just create an virtual assistant in like 2 to 3 steps, but creating an agent which is actually my virtual assistant and I am practically able to use it, that is something which we are looking for, and that is something you should be having the clarity, and you should give that clarity to your agent. So it should not be a random prompt to your agent that you are my virtual assistant, and you have to just take care of whenever I'm not available, things like these xyz you have to take care. But these are just superficial things, and you need to have logics and knowledge, all the data gathered, and provide training to your agent, and then it will perform the better result. Game number 3, which is tug of war. Well, the real life example for this is the alignment of your workflow. The more you stack tools to actually create your agent, is what tug of war teaches us in this particular game. Is just like, even a single player during the tug of war loses its balance or maybe loses the grip of the rope, same like any of the tool fails during the workflow, your whole workflow's output will be nil, or maybe it will be showing error, is because one tool loses its, all the tools will be screwed up. So that is what is we resemble over here, in taking a reference from Squid Games. Tool A is your tools is equals to your team in tug of war. Okay, so the tools which you create, one tool, tool 1, tool 3, tool 4, tool 5, or maybe whatever tools you are integrating during the workflow, are your team of players for playing the tug of war. Okay, so tool number B is that if you don't sync, example Zapier, Google Sheets, OpenAI, your agent loses. So again, you can use Zapier, you can use Anyden to build your workflow, or maybe any other tool for to build your workflow. But if you have not created a proper sync between all the tools, your agent will not perform, your agent will get screwed up, your agent will actually have a high failure ratio. Tool C is all APIs keys permission must align perfectly. So for example, if you are creating a tool, if you are creating an agent which is capable of generating maybe video content, and you have not even given the API, you have given the APIs but you haven't have that prepaid, maybe recharge your account, then the whole workflow will not perform, is just because of this small mistake. Is that when you are on the front side, when you are in the testing phase, these things does not matter. But when you are on the front side, when you are actually servicing your clients, or maybe doing it for yourself 24/7, and everything is running on 24/7 automation, you have to be on your toes, because any small mistake you have forgotten, or by mistake you have done, your whole team will just lose the game because of one small mistake. So a real life use case is this: a lead qualifying agent works in OpenAI but crashes in Zapier because Google Sheets permission were not set to append. So this is very, again, a very small mistake to do, but yet the whole workflow will be screwed up, and your client will think that this guy does not know his game, is because you did this one small mistake of not giving permission to Google Sheets to actually append the row, or maybe update the row, whatever use case you had. So any such small mistake, just like the Squid Games, one small mistake, even a single, even a micro mistake, leads to error of your agent. Game 4, marbles, and it is again the art of prompt testing, and it is my most favorite thing to do when I am building the agent, because I don't know why, but it just excites me, that I always build. I first design the prompt on the first basis, and then design the whole workflow, is because with time and testing and everything, I've understood creating a workflow is not an issue. Okay, creating a workflow is not an issue, but having the bestest prompt, having the correct prompt, is something which requires a lot of time and testing. And that is why I invest most of my, whenever I'm building an agent, I invest highest of my, maybe 70%, you can consider 70% of my time I invest in just iterating the prompt, and then just the 30 or maybe 35% of my time, it goes into building the technical workflow. Is because you can actually stack the tools and create your workflows, put if and conditional things, nodes and everything in just one go. But then the correct output, the desired result, will only be given if you have given the correct prompt. And there are multiple open sources. I have also learned it from OpenAI how to do correct prompting. OpenAI itself has multiple free resources available, through which you can actually learn how to do the correct prompting if you are looking to improve your prompting. So no real testing is dead agents, and tune your prompts again. Iterate, refinement, edge case analysis, performance metrics is again what we have just recently discussed. All of these things matters a lot, because technically you can build, but if your theory is not correct for the agent, if your knowledge base is not correct for the agent, your whole workflow will not perform well. So the real life use case for this is an Instagram DM agent fails when someone replies yes but busy now. It wasn't trained to detect interest without a direct book me. So for example, you have built an agent which actually qualifies your leads on your Instagram DMs, and then first qualifies, and then only it shares the booking link. But something like this, if comes up from your in your Instagram, like, yes, I'm interested, but right now I'm busy. If you haven't trained your agent for this, what should be replied, and if you have only given the agent that as soon as the client says yes, you send them call booking link. But in this case, the client has said yes but busy now. So here you need to train your AI agent that whenever you get something like this, anything which falls under a maybe category, you don't send your call booking link. So again, this is again the prompting game. So that is why I always love the prompting game, because workflow can be created, but the prompting game is something, it just keeps on happening back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just like how you do a sales call, you do once, you may close a deal in one go, but to close better deals, to close deals in shorter time period, to close high ticket deals, again you have to keep on doing the game. It is just not like you have closed your deals and you know how to do sales. Sales is a consistent game, and same is like prompting. I have also understood with time that prompting is also, it just keeps on happening back and forth, back and forth. It is not like I create a prompt today and I hand it over to my client for it is ready to use, but I know at the back end I keep on checking the output, I keep on checking the input coming in, and based on that I keep on changing the prompts. And that is why it is my most favorite thing to do when I'm building the agent. Game number 5, which is Glass Bridge, the leap of launching publicly. So Glass Bridge game, if you remember, there was a Glass Bridge game where these players were not aware that which glass is broken and you have to walk like just a blind spot. Okay, so in the same way, if you have built an agent and if you have not actually tested it out in the real market, so for example, again I'll take an example of the graphic generation agent, which is capable of generating ad for Meta platforms only. So if I have not again I can create this agent maybe 1 or 2 days, and it will provide me maybe it will take a week or 10 days to just again iteration. I can build it in 2 days on one day, one go, but for iteration I would require 7 days or something. And after that, if I have not tested it in the real market, like the real, you know, those who are actually the market buyers, the who are actually using it, who are actually doing it manually, until and unless I don't take feedback from them and then iterate, I just keep on using my own brain that no, I don't like this, graphic. It is not what something I had in my mind. It won't work that way because I have not launched it into the real audience. So if you have built an Instagram DM bot for people, like, again, the more micro niche you go, the better results you'll get. So for example, if I build an Instagram DM bot for only and only for those who are health coaches or maybe mental coaches who are giving mental healing and something like that, I need to find these mental coaches and well-being coaches and ask them to test it and get feedback and then iterate. I cannot be just using my own logics and something and keep on doing this again. It is the leap of launching publicly. As soon as you launch, I know we understand that there are going to be blind spot and we are going to be failing. But until and unless we are not failing, we won't be able to give better results into the market, because we are here to solve a problem of a specific market. Until and unless we are not tapping into that specific market, it won't make sense. Okay, launching an AI agent to the public is high stakes moment, fraught with uncertainty. Each step must be carefully considered. So that's what we just recently discussed, and the real life use case for this is an appointment bot that worked in test, fails live because response delays frustrated real users. This feedback wouldn't come without the launch. Okay, exactly the use case which we have just recently discussed, that you might have created an agent which can actually book meetings for specific audience, but until and unless you're not tapping into that market, you're not taking response from those, you are not giving it a trial to those audience, you won't get what your agent is failing, because that market knows better than you, and that is why you are there to solve their problem, right? So again, launch, iterate, fail, doesn't matter, but again, build back. So the final and only smart agents are here to survive. So the survival of the fittest and the smartest agents is there. There are multiple tools available, there are multiple ready-made templates available in the market which you can use for generating the content or maybe whatever you want to do. But until unless you don't have a specific clarity on it, the specific training on it, your agent will not be able to survive for a longer period of time. Your client, you can sell it to your client for maybe a month or two, but after a certain time your client will also be understanding that it is not the correct agent which I am looking to use for. Okay, so again, we need to take care of the clarity, strategy, testing, and the launch. This is the four basic things which we need to take care of when we are building an AI agent. Again, there are ready-made templates available in the market. There are multiple YouTube videos which are teaching you how to build an agent, how to build a graphic generator, or how to build a chat model, or how to build meta ads manager. They are also providing you free templates. You can just import it into your, but again, those agents were trained for their clients or maybe for their themselves. Whenever you import it and you use it, you are always unhappy with it because it is not providing you the desired result. Again, what we are losing here is the clarity, the knowledge base, the strategy for the agent. Whenever we hire human in our team, we actually sit with them and train them, right? In the same way, you need to think of your agent as well. You have to actually spoon feed everything, and then only it will be able to do what you are asking it to do for. So the journey to a successful AI agent is challenging, but with the right approach, survival and success are within the reach. So that's what all about it in this particular video. So you need to understand, you are building agents just for exploration, that is fine. Don't need to take care of the all of these things which we have just discussed. But if you are using building agents to actually be the gamer in the industry, then you really need to think of these things, and you really need to take care of all these strategies which we just discussed. And I just got inspired by watching Squid Games, and I understood that how it resembles when we are building the agents and launching it into the market. It is just like playing Squid Games, and by end only the fittest agents, like even for me, I have built multiple, I think by 50 plus agents I've built, only AI agents I've built. But in the use case, if you ask me, only I think 10 or 12 are there which are actively live over there and providing the desired result. But this has come after, and I'm happy with it because it is providing the correct result, it is providing the desired result, again irrespective of whatever tool you are using, whatever platform or whatever LLM you are using. Until unless it is providing you the desired result, don't be bothered that this tool is being used in the market, or Zapier is being used in the market, or Anyden is being used in the market. If you are happy with building your agents in Pabbly.com and it is providing you the exact results which you had in your mind, it's a double thumbs up from my end. But even if you have built it on Anyden and it is not able to provide the desired results, it's nothing but just a crap. Okay, so that's how we build agents, and that's how strategically we have to plan everything. You have to actually mind map everything and then put it into the canvas. And that's how all about it in this particular video. And if you have got any queries, please put it into the chat box. And if you have any recommendation, if you anything you have, please put it in the comment section, and I'll be answering all of your queries. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.